smile. Woohoo! Meeting started or something.
Yeah, but
All right.
looking for that thumbnail, it never works. My eyes are always closed.
We're recording. It is August 10th, Monday, August 10th, and this is the SUMO community meeting. Normally it's held by Mikhail, but he is out today, so I'll be filling in. If participants, if you could add your names to the participant section of the pad, that would be great. I just added my name there. All right, roundtable. Does anybody have roundtable items there? Nobody put anything there, but before we get started with the agenda, if anybody has any quick announcements or anything.
Hey, I would say this only applies for paid staff who have calendars, but it would be lovely if the link to the schedule Etherpad or wiki page was linked from the invite.
Yeah, the invite.
That's my.
I agree.
But it's also in my awesome bar, so anyway, it doesn't matter.
I can actually edit that invite, so I may change that. All right, moving on. SUMO, okay, contributors of the week. Does anybody have any nominations for contributors of the week? Nobody put anything in here. No. Okay. Moving on to the SUMO development update with Kadir.
All right. So I have two things for this week. One thing is that we are finishing up the L10N work necessary for Buddy Up. We got our Arabic localization, and we will be able to actually test that this week. So today, the last bug is due, and then we will have a QA team led by Marsha and volunteers to QA Buddy Up localization over the next few days. And once we have that, we will fix the remaining bugs, if there are any, and then we will be done with Buddy Up. At the same time, we will actually pick up the Ask a Question modification again and finish that. There is not much work left there, and actually there is already a live implementation that you can get to with the modifier. I've put that into the Etherpad. So if you want to give it a try, you can just click that link and see what it looks like. This is not the final implementation, though. That's just for me to test with interested people to make sure that we have bugs ready for when our developers get back into it. So those are the two things that we will be working on this week. And then we will resume work on our 25% items. We had to neglect that a little bit, but the Buddy Up L10N work has the deadline, and the Ask a Question flow already went way over the time budget that we had for it. So we just want to finish it up, and then we will get back to the 25% items. Right. If you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. If not, I have one last reminder. This week's platform meeting starts half an hour earlier than normal. So instead of 9 a.m. Pacific time, it's going to start at 8:30 Pacific time. If you want to take part in it, please keep that in mind.
Thank you, Kadir, for that reminder. That reminds me that the SUMO community meeting next week is to start a half an hour later than the normal time because of another meeting, a monthly meeting that's conflicting with the current schedule. So something to be aware of. I had a question, Kadir, actually, about L10N for Buddy Up. What exactly, when you say finishing up this week, what portion of that is finished up?
Oh, right. So actually, I should say internationalization, actually, but that's a long word, and most people haven't heard of that yet. What was happening so far was that you couldn't localize Buddy Up. So even if we have all the strings localized, so we have Spanish, Portuguese, and now Arabic localization ready. So our localizers have already finished translating the strings, but it's not showing up in the product. So that's what we've been working on so far, and that's what's supposed to be finished today, so that you can actually load the strings into Buddy Up. You can see an Arabic version of PuddyUp or a Spanish version of PuddyUp.
Awesome. So we're going to almost instantly have a handful of translations done.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
The ones that we care about, where we currently have supported forums, and that's going to be specifically Portuguese and Spanish, where we already have like active discussion for support forums. And then we are now adding Arabic because that is something that's going to be featured in Firefox OS 2.5. It's going to be big in North African countries. So that's also a language that we now need.
Awesome. All right, moving on to the Firefox desktop update. Firefox 40 comes out tomorrow. The biggest thing is just improved support for Windows 10. A lot of like minor bug fixes and cosmetic improvements for Windows 10. The other thing is better graphics card block listing, so hopefully less crashes. But if we see an unexpected increase in crashes because of the changed way that the block list works, then I think that's something we should be looking out for, basically. There's also some updates to suggested tiles, and previously reported that there would be a 64-bit Windows release with Firefox 40, but that has been delayed for now to Firefox 41. There's no really major improvements with or changes with Firefox 40 other than the improved Windows 10 support. And I think also one thing I didn't note here is the add-ons settings panel is also has some changes. Some stuff moved around there, I believe. So when you get the update, or if you have beta, take a look at that to see exactly what the changes are. They're pretty minor, so there aren't really articles spelling out what these changes are. That's it for Firefox Desktop, really. So looks like Firefox OS, there's no updates. So moving on to Firefox Mobile, Firefox Android, and iOS with Roland.
Oh, right. Yes. So Firefox for Android comes out tomorrow. There are no user-facing features, although I'm now concerned about add-ons. I'll double-check that. But we are working on, for the November campaign, or whatever it ends up being called, lots of features for Firefox for Android, so lots in the works. Firefox for iOS, there seems to be a feature completeness in the air. So we are frantically scrambling to get English language articles done and localize them for our not yet public release date into Japanese, French, Italian, German, Spanish. And that's it.
All right. Do we have a rough release date, or is that just really quiet right now?
I'm not allowed to disclose it.
All right, that's fine.
However, let's just say that it's going to be soon. We hope.
We hope. Sounds good. And for Thunderbird, also Roland, there's no updates, but contact Roland if you need help or.
Yeah. I'm no longer reading TV planning or all those other things or emails about Thunderbird. Please email me directly or need info me in a bug, and I'd be glad to help you in a consulting role.
Awesome. No community updates because our community managers are not here. If anybody from the community has an update for the community, you're welcome to share that. For anybody. Anybody have anything about the community that they'd like to share? All right, sounds like no. Moving on to the knowledge base with Joni.
Yeah, so as Roland mentioned, we're working on Firefox for iOS articles today. So yeah, watch out for updates for those. Also, as Mark mentioned, suggested tiles is rolling out, or update to suggested tiles is rolling out tomorrow. We do have articles published, but I promised the product team that we are going to wait until today in case it needs any changes. So expect them to be ready for localization maybe today or tomorrow, but we're not expected to localize them for 40, so you can do it whenever you have time. And that's it for the knowledge base.
Okay, thank you, Shoni. And for some reason under L10N, there's some things that don't appear to have a lot to do with L10N. It says, Mikhail on PTO for the next 7 days. That's why I'm running this. back on the 18th. Madalena is out, I think, only today. So they said talk to Joni if you have questions about LSNM. So volunteered you there. I'm not sure what these next things are. Do you know, Joni, actually what these next two items on the agenda are? Sneak preview of tutorial videos and...
Oh, tutorial video, I think that was for, Michal was planning to make a video on how to localize articles.
Right.
So that's probably what that is.
That is what that looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that next one is about LTNN sprints.
I think Michal was
I don't
planning
know. Well, I will.
Virtual and real life sprints for locales that need some.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think I will let Michal talk about these next week, or it's not back next Monday. So maybe I will try to get more information from him and talk about this next week. He's not back until Tuesday, which is after the community meeting. So we'll try to get you more information on that. All right. No updates for the Spark forum.
Wednesday. Madalena's back on Wednesday. Sorry.
Well, either way, he's not back before the next week's meeting, so we'll try to get more information before that meeting. No updates on the support forum. Nothing under action items. Just a general call to action here. Share blog posts and stuff on Twitter. And if you're going to any internet IT-related events this year, let us know. There's a spreadsheet that you can put when and where you're going to be and why you think that's interesting. And there's a chance that we'll have people there that you can meet up with, or you may have Mozilla employees there representing Mozilla, or you may even be able to send community members, if you work with the reps team, to represent Mozilla, if that's something that you'd be interested in. So let us know, and we can work together with you on those things. That is it. Madalena will be back on Wednesday, so she's out tomorrow as well. That's it for this. Does anybody have any last words they want to say, or any updates? Nope. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming to this meeting. And again, next week it will be a half an hour later than usual. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.